a lot cooler in person than it is on camera, but it's really cool. Yay.
The Charlie's Bunyan thing is so funny. They're literally just like, dude, it looks like you're gnarly.
We're not gonna see it. This feels like a good opportunity to stop for a second and tell you about my last couple of days. This is the first time I've actually had to, you can see these trees laying across the trail. For the most part, the blowdowns have been pretty easy to just kind of climb over, or there's usually like a defined route around them from other people figuring out how to walk around. But this was the first one that I just took off my backpack and shoved it underneath and then crawled underneath all of the logs. There was a different log that I crawled over with my backpack on, but that last one was not possible. Anyway, it's been an interesting couple of days. I'm in a better mood than I was this morning. I was pretty sleepy getting started. We got a pretty late start today. We stayed at E19 Appalachian Station. I don't even remember what it's called, but it's 0.7 off trail, and they picked us up from the trail. We got lucky, actually, me and PM Dubs, because they were full, but we figured we were gonna go there anyway and still like drink and eat, and they had a couple of beds open up when we got there. So we were able to spend the night, get showers, get laundry done, sleep in a bed, dry out everything, because my stuff got wet the other day from all the rain. I still don't like talking to myself in the woods. Let's see. In one of the first clips that you see in this video, you were crossing the Nolichucky River in rafts. And if you're not aware of what happened there, the bridge that was part of the AT that crossed that river got washed out in Hurricane Helene. So the ATC funded a raft. An outfitter, a local outfitter, is taking people across the Nolichucky River. It's the current's really strong. It's dangerous to just ford across it. So to keep everybody safe, they have a free raft. And then there's also a walk around option, but I was really excited to take the raft. It was cool. And let's see, after that, actually a couple days later, not even a couple days later, it rained that night that we left Uncle Johnny's, and then I think maybe a day later, the coolest trail magic ever happened for us. We were walking the reroute, the detour, because there's a section of trail that's completely inaccessible because they're removing logs from that section of trail, so it's filled with very dangerous equipment that would hurt hikers, obviously. So there's a 5-mile detour that's like half road walking, half a bunch of muddy stairs. We were hearing lots of conflicting opinions about the detour, mostly just bad opinions about it. People overall are not big fans. So, but we weren't really sure what to do. We went ahead and started walking it, and then we met this guy on a bicycle. His name is David. He pulled over and started talking to us, and we were telling him, you know, like, we're just gonna see where we're gonna camp for the night. We're on the detour, like, this is part of the AT this year, and we're not really sure where we're gonna camp tonight because it's not really listed. And he was like, you could come stay with me. And we were like, okay. So we got just a completely random night of a shower, a bed, David has like an encyclopedic knowledge of the AT. He's a section hiker, which is why he wanted to do that for us. And it was just, I think, the most selfless act of human kindness I've ever experienced. I'm going to be grateful to him forever, and I hope I can pay it forward next year. After I've done the trail, and I can do that kind of trail magic for people. He took us out to get tacos. Like, he was just absolutely incredible. And then he ended up dropping us off a couple miles ahead. In total, we technically yellow blazed about 8 miles of trail. So we skipped the second half of the detour and got dropped off at Hughes Gap. So it can be kind of a controversial decision, but in the end, I'm still hiking Georgia to Maine. I'm going to cash in my approach trail credit there. I did do that. And maybe in the future I'll come back and hike a big long section with like Big Bald and Roan Mountain. And I mean, I did both of those, but like there's that section that I just didn't get to see because it was closed for the detour. And so maybe I'll come back and do a big long section. It's a cool area. I like it a lot. It's currently raining. It's kind of a gloomy day, but we're doing about 9-ish miles today to a shelter, and it's really not raining as bad as I thought. When we were leaving the hostel, it was raining pretty hard, and it was hard to get back on trail. But it's not terrible now. I might sleep in the shelter, I might not. Depends on how hard it's raining when we get there. But that's the update on the last few days. Incredible trail magic. We also had trail magic at Carver's Gap. There's a former thru-hiker from last year, Gambit, and his wife were grilling cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And then another thru-hiker from a couple years ago, Popeye, she was doing trail magic too, and they combined forces, and she had pizza and a bunch of resupply items and a charging station, and everybody had coolers full of beer, and it was a great time. Staying at E19, 19E, again, can't remember what it's called. That was great. Great drinks, great food. I got a hiker Reuben, delicious. Basic bed accommodations. The shower was fine. It was dark in the women's shower, but that's whatever. It was a shower, and it was hot, which is good. And the laundry was not the worst, but not the best. So, but I enjoyed. I'm glad we stayed. We made kind of a last-minute decision to stay there because it was rainy and gloomy, and it kind of sucked hiking yesterday. So we just wanted to stay inside. And yeah, now we're back in the woods. Hopefully for a while. Until trail days. That's the plan. We're going to try to book it to trail days. We got this. Really solid lunch spot. Very comfortable. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Came down from the back. You can't even see how bad that is. That was wild. That was so many stairs. But this is beautiful. Big fan.